Hey, and we're back at it at another episode of Motivational Shit Podcast. The podcast where we highlight the motivational shit that everybody does. Totally awesome, radical. Subscribe if you feel the vibe. Welcome to the Motivational Podcast.
Shout out to Lightworker Wayne today. We do have a very, very, very special guest in the building. We do have Shekinah and Malachi. It's a highlight retreat. The magical couple that everybody is desired and definitely inspired to be. How are y'all feeling today?
Wow, radiant, divine, supreme.
I feel magical, absolutely.
Oh man, that's giving so much love. I'm glad to have y'all here.
Thank you.
Glad to have y'all present. Oh man.
My favorite part about this is just the family. Like, just we already know you, Empress, and meeting Lightworker Wayne King. Shekinah definitely follows you. She watches your stuff, so she was really excited at this opportunity. It's like, wow, it's in the community. It's so beautiful. So we're happy to be here to support and also receive from you.
Yes. And I'm happy y'all here. Yes. I followed y'all stuff and watch y'all stuff on TikTok.
That's real.
And it's like, God, yo, I'm sitting here with my notepad taking tips on Black love and relationships because I'm like, yo, y'all got it together, man. Like, I'm loving it. Yo, y'all got the whole natural Love Jones, Black love, AfroMantic, romantic, elevating love. And yo, that's why this episode is dear to me, dear to Ashanti, and dear to our viewers, because today we are going to showcase something that always have been, but not highlighted enough. And y'all, when I look at y'all, man, you know, just I see Malachi, a king, master of his masculine and his feminine.
You gotta have both.
Yeah, you gotta have both. I see Shekinah having love, showing her melanated beauty, being wise, intelligent, nurturing. I see that, man, and it's like, yo, let's get it today, man. Let's get it today, man.
Y'all just have it right now. Hit the subscribe button. We got the wisdom for you. Come on. Subscribe for love. If you want Black love, you better subscribe.
Subscribe for love. How can we subscribe and follow y'all and keep in contact with y'all?
Oh man, we'll tell you I'm pretty sure we'll tell you a few times during this episode, but we have variations of social media handles. But for now, we'll give you our TikTok, which is the Divine Soul Hope. Or you can look up the Hopeful AfroMantics as well. But the actual handle is the Divine Soul Hope. So y'all follow us on TikTok. So you'll see our story unfolding and we're sharing it with the world. So
hey, that's beautiful. So before we get into the beauty of Black love, we got to touch on that negative shit first.
All right.
We got to open that negative.
We had to. We couldn't get past it either.
You know, so excuse me. We have this clip we definitely want to showcase.
When Eve was dating black men, she was the pit bull in a skirt. When she got her a white man, she took all the tattoos off and started losing her Philly accent. How's that possible? You know why they do it, bro? Because we settle for ain't shit bitches and they don't think we deserve anything other than ain't shit bitches. They give us the worst of themselves. Why is it that white nerds can get black pussy, but black nerds can't get black pussy? Somebody tell me I'm lying. Black nerds can't get black pussy. White nerds can get black pussy. That's odd. Black women have this thing that black men don't have. Black women hate themselves. So they like white men because white men can give them something that black men can't give them. You know what that is?
Oh, what the fuck is that?
A baby with good hair. When Eve was dating black men, she was the pit bull in a skirt. When she got her a white man, she took all the tattoos off and started losing her Philly accent. How's that possible? You know why they do it, bro? Because we settle for ain't shit bitches and they don't think we deserve anything other than ain't shit bitches. They give us the worst of themselves. Why is it that white nerds can get black pussy, but black nerds can't get black pussy? Somebody tell me I'm lying. Black nerds can't get black pussy. White nerds can get black pussy. That's odd. Black women have this thing that black men don't have.
I don't follow him. I don't agree with that, brother, because I've seen amazing black sisters around me, but it's something he said that hit me hard, and that was towards the end. Why is it that white nerds could get black punani, but black nerds can't get black punani? That hit me because I dealt with that. Being an outcast, being being one of the brothers before the anime, before the woke shit, before the consciousness, before all that shit was cool. That shit was deemed as lame, outcast. You was outcast. And I dealt with that in my high school, even out of my high school. I dealt with issues being able to get with black women. I wanted black women. I wanted a reflection of myself.
Sure.
Unlike a lot of my counterpart dark-skinned brothers, I wasn't on that light-skinned stuff. The more chocolate the sister was, the more attracted I was. So I remember like in high school, man, it was this gothic melanated queen, man. Big ass titties, big thighs, bro.
No, stay for the titties.
Big thighs, man. A big ass booty, man.
And she carried around big books.
Yeah, man. Yo. And man, I remember trying to approach her, man, but she did not date any black dudes. She was going out with this satanic white guy.
Got her.
She was going out with a satanic white guy, man. And I mean, to be quite honest, the like satanic white guy was cool. He wasn't on no racial BS, but that happened. And one time after high school, went to a party, right? Because I was more in the suburbs and everything. So I went to a party. I found one of the only sisters there. Right, me here started talking. She was highly into Naruto. I'm like, yes, a black woman in the anime. Finally, yes, my long end journey has come to a close. There is hope. So, I started talking. Me and her had a good dialogue about Naruto, right? But when I tried to shoot the shots for the digits, she avoided it and went right straight to the white boy who looked like Tony Hawk. And she kept following this guy. This guy had no interest, but she kept following around him, trying to engage and have conversations. So that's been some of my bad experiences. In the end, I am with a black nerd. Me and her watch cartoons together and Naruto together.
Congratulations.
So it is a happy ending. Yes, and she got a big booty.
Bless you.
So that's just been my experience. So when he said that, man, it's like it hit me, and it brought up some inner child trauma, because I dealt with. It was hard to be accepted by my own people, because of my interests, when I really only looked for love in my own people.
A lot of us, yes.
So I want to know y'all perspectives in regards to that video. Have y'all dealt with the same thing, seen brothers or sisters?
For me, as I practice polyamorous, as I practice dating both sexes, of course, it was not approved. It was, not accepted in a way that I wanted to be accepted in. So, as far as not having the same love for my melanated brothers and sisters, I haven't had that experience. But more so, they go after the females who are mainstream, where they care more so about their hair, their nails, their clothes, and more so not intuitive with themselves, but more so of keeping up with trends. So I did feel outcasted, where I'm like, okay, well, I have all the qualities of a divine feminine woman, but why am I not getting the I guess the alignment for the same as the men and the women as well? I felt like the outcast back in high school, and I accepted it. Like, I'm just gonna always be me, regardless of if you don't accept it or not. And I had the same situations with my mom and my father as well, not being accepted due to the lifestyle that I practice. And so it's just like, you know, some people will just want to accept you for who you are, but at the same time, you always have to love yourself regardless. Literally.
Definitely. Yeah. How about for y'all, Malachi, Shekinah? How about for y'all?
Go ahead, Nate. Tell me something.
Absolutely. I feel like we can a lot of us can come up with examples from our childhood where we were the outcasts. You know, one, just being melanated individuals, but then we had our own culture of like our own struggle, our own personal struggle. So I hear with you, it was being a nerd who wanted to have a melanated queen, but they were not into you. For me, it was being a chocolate rich, melanin rich woman, and none of the brothers wanted to, because of the self-hate, a lot of my peers wanted the lighter skinned friends. So that would have been my struggle, right? And so my best friend, beautiful, gorgeous, light skinned, we still best friends to this day. She actually was at my house recently, but we've been friends since middle school. And, you know, I think I had to, through her, it was like, it was a struggle sometimes, but also it gave me an opportunity to really like help heal my own self. Because like I can't just be hating on my best friend. I have to recognize that we're not the issue. It's really just the whole idea around who we are in general. So, but as a kid, I didn't know that. So I had the trauma and I had the frustration and I had the feeling of being overlooked and ignored because, I mean, I was a cute little girl. I just had dark skin, you know, and I think as I got older and came more into myself, like, and got to know myself and know who and why I am, then it didn't really, that the past didn't hold as much weight. I was able to put things in a context. Like they didn't understand. You know, they didn't understand. I didn't understand. But now I'm starting to really understand who I am and my value. So now it's like I can look back and laugh and be like, dang, I really thought I was ugly. Like, but it wasn't me thinking it was the conditioning. So yeah, I've definitely dealt with something similar, but having to transmute that, you know, to recognize who you are, you know. And that's when the tables turn and it don't really matter as much anymore.
You know, I feel your story, Shekinah, because that's really common. You know, I have came across a lot of, and I always wondered why that didn't affect me, why that perspective. But I really believe because I always saw my mom as beautiful. My skin tone is the same skin tone my mom, and I always got, even when I was younger, I always got praise for, you know, having good skin, right? So I seen, though, a lot of my other brothers that was dark skinned. I heard those comments a lot. You know, I saw that. You know, so I could relate to that pain that you dealt with, Shekinah, because it's real. Just that brainwashing, that's conditioning. You know, and
it's thick too.
Yeah,
it's heavy.
It's really thick. It's really thick. It's thick like those IG girls.
It ain't baby fat either.
It ain't baby fat. Now, how about you, Malachi?
Yeah, I resonated with your experience as well. My context is that my mom wore a phenomenal black woman t-shirt growing up, and she absolutely was a phenomenal black woman, more chocolate than myself. And so that was my conditioning. My conditioning at home had a greater impact and influence over my core than what I experienced leaving the house. So for me, it was the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
I know.
All of it. And even now, as I've grown into a man, I respect the ability that melanin has to receive energy from the sun, information from the sun. And so it gives me, I create my own belief system around that. And I believe that is something to be sanctified and worshipped. And that's where our genius comes from, you know. So yeah, for me, I had that experience like, man, these sisters ain't clocking for me at all. I'm too goofy. I'm too nerdy. I can speak to my younger self now and say, no, you had a mother who showed you respect and love and showed you what a defined woman looks like. And even growing up, like my dad, I didn't really learn how to speak sports from my dad. So a lot of the connect between me and other bros, I wasn't there.
Dude, right? Same with me too. Dude,
so when the outside world was trying to teach me, oh, this is what you do. You look at a woman this way. You talk to a woman this way. Like I was already not connected to a lot of other guys through sports, but also now with my relationship with my mother, it just kind of kept me separate and I just couldn't try to reach for our sisters the way I saw other brothers reaching, without respect, without love, without dignity. I couldn't do it. And all I could do was like, let me just show you how nice I am. Let me show you how creative I can be. But it wasn't getting played, right? It wasn't me.
And to piggyback off that, it's like when you show a woman that you are a kind and respected, melanated gentleman, it's like most of them don't know what it's like to have that due to not having that father figure in their lives, due to their mother being in their lives, but not showing what it's like to have self-respect for not only the female, but also for their male counterparts. Right. And so when they come into a place and you have this male and this respected and kind and generous to a woman, and they say, well, what the hell I'm gonna do with you? You know, they take advantage of that. They take advantage of that, and they see that you're soft. They see that you're weak. They see that you're not a capable man to really sustain the brothers that are more rough and around the edges. So they look at you as a more so a weak man.
Yeah, foreign. It's foreign.
And so with that being said, a lot of us, as far as women, we have to stop as women that have children, have to stop instilling in our children that, hey, our fathers aren't shit. Our fathers weren't there. Our fathers this and that and that and the third. But also you have to take in the counterpart that, you know, it's our parents' fault that you picked out these particular men, and that you haven't also done your research and your homework as well. Work, so it's a complete cycle that we're having these same children that's not having acceptance in their households, not having the acceptance when they go out into the schools and by their friends. And when they're trying to relate to certain others, it's very difficult nowadays when they become in their adulthood. And this is what we're trying to really counteract when it comes to this healing, and when it comes to building a relationship and a foundation when it comes to our Black melanated families and friends. It's very important nowadays that we really tackle this. And I'm glad that we actually brought that into a subject that we're able to really dissect and digest as a group.
Ashanti, can we all clap for her? Because that was on some motivational shit right there, bro. That was on some motivational shit right there.
And it just ties back, you know, a lot of us were not accepted by our parents just to the lifestyle that we live. Just, you know, if we were a nerd, if we were very chocolate and very rich skinned, if we were practicing both sexes, and, you know, a lot of us were not accepted. So when we're not accepted in our households, when we go out into this real world and we're like, I want to be myself, it's very hard to find people that are really accepting and also receiving us as well. So shout out to you and shout out to y'all as well. And shout out to me that we're able to really come together and really kick all this shit. You know, like
so I will say, if you're a brother and you finding yourself in that circumstance, like, wow, they're not checking for me, they'd rather go with this other race. So even finding a woman that wants to go for other race other than her own, that is self-reflective of what she believes is best for her survival. That is not what is best for your seed and your survival. So that's not a woman you should even desire in the first place. You continue evolving yourself and figuring out what's going to help your seed prosper into the future.
You know, speaking of that, I want us to go to our next clip. Our next clip showcase that. And brother Malachi, I relate to your story because I was the guy wearing the Kango trying to be like Common back in high school, talking about something. Hey, sister, just want to tell you you're beautiful. And it didn't work.
It didn't work.
Like, you're weird.
They're like, okay.
Which clip is that? That's the clip. Okay. Wow. Okay. So yeah,
Ashanti summoned the whole ancestor and channeled right now.
Oh yeah, really. Yeah, she did. She did.
And so, with that being said, how success or what challenges have y'all faced being together as a melanin couple? How has that been for y'all? What challenges, what success have y'all embarked that have really assisted y'all into where y'all are now today?
So as a couple now?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
Because we are one, we're a whole.
Okay, so definitely a success is we've both come to this relationship. We both had plenty of heartbreak. Everybody has. We've used all of these life experience and lessons as a clue on how to grow. It's not, there shouldn't be anything to be regretful for. It's just like, wow, I can transform from this. This is a lesson for me to grow from.
Right.
And we've had our egos, we call it ego death, right? Well, it don't happen once. It's every time, what we say with the ego represents your sense of individuality and your survival, right? So as you grow from a baby, your ego attaches to things so you can form an identity. Oh, my mom, my house, my neighborhood. Now, as you grow and you are forced, bonds that you've made through your ego are forced, removed from you, severed, or what have you, like moving on from elementary school, right? Or breaking up with your first love. Those bonds are broken, and it shakes your ego that wants everything to be secure, and it makes you develop a new understanding of self with that bond now being broken. Now, the process of ascension, think about these bonds holding you down. That's what your root is for, to root you, to hold you down. But if we're growing in spirit, if we're growing in an ascendant path towards the most high, we want to be able to allow whatever roots that are holding us back from our ascension journey and maturing and becoming more beautiful in morality people, we're able to remove those bonds. So ego death conversion rate means how long does it take for me to realize, oh, this area in my life is holding me back. I need to let it go. Do you have the active ability to remove some type of root or bond that's holding you back? Even if it's, oh man, these girls ain't checking for a real brother. Yeah, it's holding you back, bro. Because they out here. They're out here. Our daughters are desperately looking for the men to ascend. And so that's holding you back, brother. You're not gonna grow. You're in a fish tank. You reached your ceiling, and until you learn how to flip your perspective on that, you're not gonna grow. So we both came into this relationship
ready to grow.
Ready to grow. Whatever I need to let go so that I can ascend higher, I'm gonna have to let it go. So that's a big success for us, and we speak this language.
And it definitely shows as well. Just the way that you guys come to a space, how many people just show up and respect you all and honor y'all. It just shows a lot. It shows motivation. It shows inspiration. Like I said, a lot of people look up to y'all. And so I just give thanks for having you all in the space, having y'all as friends, as family, as leaders in our community. We really much appreciate you guys, for sure. Thank you.
And I want to say too, I'm piggyback on that. You know, it's my first time meeting y'all face to face, but like my heart is just like, whoa. It's just full of so much butterflies and love energy, because it's just like, even how y'all bond and y'all connect, like, yo, I love this. This is what, like, I mentor a lot of kids. This is what they need to see. They need to see y'all, man. They need to see y'all. That way they have a reflection that they understand that, hey, this is definitely in the realm of possibility. It's here.
Yeah. It's here.
It's definitely in alignment.
It's arrived.
Yeah. So like y'all are definitely a showcase of just genuine melanated, beautiful Black love. Like, I love y'all videos when y'all talk about how y'all have conversations. Y'all not on the phone on a date. No, y'all having conversations. You know, y'all having conversations of building, elevation, things that y'all could grow between each other, man. And that's key. Yes. I want to go ahead and piggyback to an old clip before we shift from the negative to now rising to the positive.
Okay.
Still in high school, I was so desperate for male validation and attention. I used to have a thing with this boy, and he used to call me the N-word, and I just let him. Not only did he call me the N-word, but he wanted me to call him my master as a term of endearment, and I did. He'll be like, "What's up, my little N-word," or "my little slave baby." And I'd be like, hey, master. Unsurprisingly, it turned out he never liked me, and I was just an inside joke between his friends.
What?
Still in high school, I was so desperate for male validation and attention. I used to have a thing with this boy, and he used to call me the N-word, and I just let him. Not only did he call me the N-word, but he wanted me to call him my master as a term of endearment, and I did. He'll be like, what's up, my little N-word, or my little slave baby? And I'd be like, hey, master. Unsurprisingly, it turned out he never liked me, and I was just an inside joke between his friends.
What?
Still in high school, I was so desperate for male validation and attention. I used to have a thing with this
example of self-hate, but we have sisters and brothers. Man, we ain't gonna let the brothers off the hook. We got brothers, in these situations, being with these white women or other women of other races, knowing that you wouldn't be with a black woman if she was that same size, if she looked like that. And to be quite frank, the black woman of that same size that brother's talking about look even better. So I'm saying, we have in both just this deep rooted of self-hate. She accepted that white man calling her the N-word, a pet word, treating her like that. You know what I'm saying? And we have had sisters and brothers that dealt with this, and it all comes down to self-hate and not fully healing. Even with the things I went through, I definitely went through a period of self-hate. Like Malachi, I see you with your locks. At one point in time, I did not like locks. I thought brothers with locks was all thugs. You know what I'm saying? I had that indoctrination.
My mom made me cut my hair all my youth. I wanted to grow my hair so bad. My mom made me cut my hair. So
that was the same.
She was doing it for protection. I get it. In her mind, she was protecting me from the discrimination or oppression that I would receive by expressing my divine hair. But you see me now.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get you. Keep going.
So like, we all, just living in this world, we all dealt with a period where we might have dealt with some self-hate, but it's up to us to deal with that and to heal from that, and hopefully that sister is at a space now. Well, it seems like she's at a space now. She's recognizing that she has a better love for herself, because we can't continue. I'm not against interracial dating. I'm against it when you're doing that because you don't fully love yourself, to where you have issues with your own.
It's not a true choice.
Yeah,
you're not really
exactly.
Making it. It's not
exactly.
True,
Exactly, bro. Hey, thank you. Thank you for finishing the words right out my mouth. Exactly. It's not a true choice.
Like you think you're being creative or living your life. You're making your independent decisions. You're having your own unique thoughts. But are you?
Exactly. So, gotcha. That's why, just another reason why I'm so glad just to have y'all here. Because y'all are showing the opposite of that. Y'all are showing the love between two people who melanated. So that's my perspective on that. Any words you have on that, Ashanti?
It's a lot to really digest. I can't really fathom even submitting to another lighter, non-melanated individual who does not respect me as a human being first and foremost, yet alone calling me the N-word, yet alone, having me calling them a master. It's just more so like a traumatic experience that we have to realize and relive once again, although our ancestors have relived that day in and day out, day in and day out. It's like, I refuse. I will not submit to anyone who does not respect me as a divine feminine, as a melanated queen that I am. I cannot do that. And it's just more so, it was very heartening and sad to even listen to that she even jokingly said I called him a master, and it was a joke to him and his friends. I'm not a joke.
Yeah.
Take me serious. That just broke my heart.
Yeah. It's sad because stuff like that still goes on. Imagine some of the conversations with some of these sisters and some of these brothers that's with the white counterpart, and and they're doing these kinky little slave narrative sex, you know, and they're fetishizing it, and not really understanding the the dehumanization that went on. Like that's not no kinky sex thing. No. You as a melanated being should not allow yourself to be disrespected. Don't even play with that.
Okay.
That shit ain't nothing to play with. So yeah, that's my stance on it.
In the Matrix, it was the red pill was to stay in the Matrix, right?
Yeah. The blue pill was to get out.
When I hear even situations hearing like that, we all have this spiritual or sixth sense where when you somewhere you're not supposed to be, and you kind of or you went too far. So I'm sure that even in these circumstances, our people that find themselves there feel a little like something don't feel right, but they're so deep in all the other ignorance they may have, whether it's their fault or not, that they may just continue to keep going, and therefore go even deeper into that sleep. And because you have to commit to it. That's how a lot of this stuff works. You got to really commit to not growing. You got to commit to it turning the other cheek. You got to commit to that stuff.
And just like you got to commit to the other side.
Yeah, just like the ascendant side. I can't go back to my character before. This has been a full growth journey. I'm a lifelong learner, lifelong growing. I have to commit to it. There's no room for stagnancy or backtracking.
Yeah. And speaking of growing and ascending, the Sahai Life Retreat. Can you provide more information about that? Because I'm pretty sure a lot of us are wanting to ascend and be amongst our melanated brothers and sisters and find true love, whether it's friends or family, romantic partner. I actually found a lot of my family and friends at your first retreat that you guys had actually hosted which was pretty amazing. And it was very much so a vibe to very much be a part of. So can you provide a little bit more information about your Sahai Life Retreat?
Yeah, so I'm gonna tie in the previous conversation to the retreat. So in terms of my own personal journey to self-love, I had to overcome a lot of self-hate. And a lot of that self-hate was revealed to me through my relationships with the masculine. And my tendency to say we're all created equal, right? Because my Aquarius moon is high in the sky. And on a soul level or on some level, sure, in value, we're equal. But then when I look at the reflection in the history of what my people have experienced, I can't turn my cheek to the fact that we have some catching up to do, or we have some unity to pursue within our own community. And so, when I met my husband, we talked a lot about this conversation, and I realized there were still layers of self-hate and me not wanting to turn my heart towards my community full time. So as I explored more of this idea of loving self, to love self also meant to love my community. So, really me turning my heart toward my community was a part of the reason why we started this retreat. It's like we always say all people are welcome, but it's for us and it's by us. So even in this retreat space, we wanted to be melanated owned businesses that came through, and we wanted to extend our arm. So then my self-love became about preference. It's not that I'm going to ever push nobody or not nobody that's not melanated away, but my preference now, just like in this conversation, is going to be a brother. My preference now is going to be, let me put my dollars in my community. My preference now is if I need some sort of resource, let me look inside of us, by us, because we got it. Somebody knows how to do the thing I'm seeking. Yes. Then let me go to here first. So that became my journey to really loving on myself. So with Sahai Life Retreat, it was the conception of this idea came earlier this year. And we both decided, we said, okay, he asked me, he was very intentional up front. Like, I feel that we have a shared mission. So we were discovering what that was through our conversations. And he said, what's your dream? And I said, I want to have yoga retreats in the jungle. Like, I want to own multiple properties. Like, I want to be able to travel, right? I have a nomadic spirit. So I've always traveled, and this is the first time in my life where I'm making room for stability and structure, and and being in one place. But he asked me what I always wanted to do, and he had his vision was like this whole economic infrastructure and spiritually connected community of melanated people, and he had been writing on this vision for I don't know how long, but he made a whole doctrine off this vision. He shared that doctrine with me. And I was like, yo, babe, this is a high tier retreat. I'm looking at the screen, right? This is a retreat. And then so we decided that day, it was like back in maybe April, May of this year, like for the collective, for the community, let's do this retreat. And the retreat started off as an idea of us really bringing our energy of unconditional love and support to one another and wanting to share that with our people. And now it's expanding to something much larger, incorporating his original vision to actually build an economic infrastructure and community for our people. And this is just the beginning of that. And we intend to continue to expand this retreat space and create space for healing and nurturing and giving interactions. And even like Queen Empress Ashanti said, how she met some of her soul family there. So now we are circulating our dollars within our community. People have gotten their websites built from this retreat, and people have gotten, you know what I'm saying? Now there's like a whole collective of healers that have a space to go to, and we're only, look, podcast, here we are, so we're seeing the expansion of our unified expression between just us two. And if we keep that energy of love with this High Life retreat, then we know the organization that is a High Life will continue to grow and expand. So yeah.
And guess what?
What's up?
Y'all being on Yale Radiocast, we are partnered up with a lot of community efforts.
Yes.
So boom, we just made that connection. Yeah. A non-violent event that we have, I'm sure me and Dylan can speak to Miss Shirley about y'all, definitely about y'all playing a part, because that community need to see y'all.
Yeah. We need to see them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. The Black community as a whole, we need to see that, and man, I just want y'all image, y'all words, y'all thoughts, y'all together, just to spread throughout the Black community. We got it's a lot of broken families out here. I deal with that as a social worker.
Hey,
it's a
fellow
lot of
social
yeah.
worker.
Oh, okay, yeah. Hey, okay.
I was a nurse. Right, I was a nurse back in California too. So
all in the family. Hey, now look at that, man. The alignment.
Yes.
The alignment.
Yes,
definitely.
Indeed.
So question. What was y'all first date like? because hey.
No, we open book.
Okay. I have my perception. Okay.
Tell us.
I perceive y'all first date was y'all went on a waterfall, had flowers, said poems to each other.
Meditating on a lily pad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
meditated on the lily pad, bro.
We getting there.
But yeah, please do tell.
Go ahead, babe. What was it like?
Okay, so
he was an initiator.
I was at this camp out festival, highly melanated camp out festival. Hip hop infused, that kind of thing going on. So it was really cool. Nature lifestyle infused as well.
Waterfall.
Yeah. And I was I was vending at the time. So I got my Mars is in Gemini, which means like I have a lot of hobbies. I'm very gifted with my hands and my words. So I was selling all my products. I make plant-based body butter. I make Ethiopian honey mead.
Amazing.
Honey wine. I do vegan food, So I was just hustling. And towards the end of the first night, my friend Ren, she wanted to start playing drums. So we start playing drums. Somebody orders some soup. So I go deliver some soup. By the time I make it back to my canopy, in the middle of my canopy in a seat was this magical, it was dark outside. There's LED lights everywhere. So just all of a sudden, there's this divine chocolate star sitting in the middle of my space.
Oh my God.
And I'm a very like a part of a lot of people read books. I read books here and there, but I read nature most. That's my biggest tool, is learning how to literally like see what's in front of me. And so, and I had like put a whole LED spiral of lights in the canopy for an intentional purpose of just building that energy for myself while I was in that space. So to come back and she's sitting right in the middle of that space, I'm like, interesting. And she's facing me as well. Interesting. So I sit down, I say, okay, well, you're welcome in the space. So we keep playing drums, whatever. Soon enough, my friend goes. And again, I'm so glad we talked about what we did earlier. I'm not the one that gets chosen. So I'm just like, all right, I'm going to host this beautiful woman for the time that she's here. I'm going to give her a good masculine experience. And then when she leaves, she'll leave. So we played for a little bit longer, and then we get to talking, and I'm just myself. I had actually recently got out of a relationship, and it was a whole transformation of me having to learn how to respect myself and stand on what I believe I deserve, and that even comes from me injuring myself, what I won't do to myself to injure myself anymore, let alone receive from a partner. So I was already in this space where things was getting cut. We talking about ego death. I'm like, yep, okay, that didn't matter. Okay, bet, So as we're talking, and I'm open book, I'm just sharing my whole story because I'm just, we're at an event. We may never see each other again. Sometimes those experiences allow like a divine mirror to come, and like you can really gain some insight, hearing yourself and hearing somebody that's a complete third party to your life. And so we were just talking and talking. It was getting later, and I was like, you comfortable? You need a jacket? For some reason, growing up, girls did not want to take my jacket. I see a girl, going out and it be cold. I'm like, I know you cold, girl. You need this jacket. But I understood later the jacket represents her accepting my energy. Okay. It's not just about the heat from the jacket. It's about, do I agree with everything you is as a man? Do I even understand you? Do I want that? It's deep, because women are operating from their intuition and sense of emotions. Anyway, I offer her warmth. She accepts warmth. I offer her more conversation. She accepts conversation. I even offer to rub her feet because I make body butter, and like just healing touch is just a part of my life. She accepts. And she also shares much about her life. And she just allowed the night to pass, and she stayed right comfortable with me, and we just kept talking the night away. Yeah, that was our first meeting.
And date. It felt like a date.
It was a date.
Like, it felt so safe, like safety. Like you meet a good friend for the first time. It wasn't like, oh wow, like I was like, I didn't think I was gonna see him again. Quite honestly, I was like, thank you for reminding me of just the divine reflection, and reminding me of what I deserve. I didn't realize it was him. It's like, no, it's him you deserve. It's him. Like, and it took a minute to really for it to cement, but it was really just. I think our subsequent dates was just, I just felt deeply nurtured and loved. And I felt this divine masculine and feminine balance and harmony within him. And I was like, okay, like I enjoy what it feels like to be deeply held by a partner. And it was unfamiliar, but I think I had healed enough to like receive that. And like maybe a few weeks after that, we was like, oh, this is it. You want to get married?
Yeah. So that first date to like pull it all in a nutshell, that first date was us. If you could imagine having a book that you summon from your back pocket and your whole belief system, not just what you were taught in church growing up, but what you actually understand and believe about the world. It's the iron core of the earth that gives it its electromagnetic sphere that allows the life to live on earth, for the rain to pour, for all this beauty and life and everything that exists. So also the core of your heart, your belief system is going to allow life to occur or a desolate wasteland to occur. So we went down our belief system intuitively. This is what I went through. This is how I understand how it happened. This is how I'm going to use that memory, my past, to push forward in life. I can see the direction in my life because of the way I've been carving out this belief system, putting in principles that work, taking out principles that don't, so on and so forth. So we were naturally aligning ourselves. Something else that was present was that we did want love at our core. That was a part of our belief system. We believed that a divine relationship was possible. That was a part of our belief system. We believed that we were worthy of said divine relationship. So all those things were present, so that when we started just running the code, just saying like, okay, and talking, we're like, okay, this is lining up. This makes sense.
Right.
This is chemistry.
It's
okay.
logical.
And then it got around to the conversation. What's your dream? Okay, you want to do yoga retreats? I got this spiritual doctrine. So are you telling me if we build this Afro wellness spiritual retreat space, you gonna run? Because I'm trying to run with my dreams. So you got just as much input and value from this as I do. And so that's kind of how that unfolded.
That's the alignment too, because it's like we had to decide, like, I'm ready to go after what I want. Are you ready? And we didn't stop. Like, nobody stopped at the stop sign. Like, it was like, okay, like, we really pushing this vision forward after really just meeting, but feeling that alignment, feeling that deep connection to spirit and love. Nobody ever questioned it one day, like, are we supposed to be doing this, or I'm scared, or even when we had fears, we talked through it. Even when we were like, where are we going to get this money to do this retreat, we talked through it. We kept manifesting and believing in our vision for what we wanted. And it was just evident in how smooth it went. Like, people break down, like, you try to plan something with somebody you're not aligned with, it's going to come out real quick. How we react when we're feeling anxious and nervous and afraid and scared, or when we under pressure and we got things to do and we got other responsibilities, all of that was able to be shown to us within 6 months of building this space. And we didn't break, we didn't crack, we didn't budge. We was a team. We compromised. We had ego deaths. We had to bring it to the table and it really truly could communicate and express. And that was our saving grace, was like checking in, like, this is a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a lot. We getting to know each other, at the same time we building this empire, and most people have time to build up to this place, but Spirit has put us in a place that we was in a slingshot, and now we're like being slung forward into our future. And he said, are you ready to run? I was like, I'm ready, let's go. And we've been going ever since.
We've been running.
Shout out to y'all. I love it. And this is what really,
to the hopeful
it's what we need. Yeah. So as far as AfroMantics, is there any more retreats that you guys will be hosting soon? Can we look forward to connecting with y'all physically, spiritually? Like, how can we really get in contact with y'all outside this podcast?
Exactly.
Yeah. You wanna?
Yeah, absolutely. So
I heard in the streets that y'all got something coming up, and I'm trying to attend to.
Shay, we just so we want to continue engagement. So at the end of November, we just ran Soul Clinic. That's a combination of meditation, yoga, affirmations. We serve some plant-based food.
So good.
We get into some divine conversation, and then of course we have some Afro dancing and music playing, so that we can allow that energy to come forth and get out and feel free in our bodies. So that's kind of like the medicine, and so that's why we call it Soul Clinic. So we did it in November. We're going out of town this month, so we're not doing December, but every month leading up to the next retreat in May 2024 is the next retreat. But if you want to come hang out with us, see how it vibes, see how it feels, see if you can adapt some of these principles into your life, we call it lifestyle integration, come check us out. So we'll be doing the next one in January. We don't have the date just yet, but within the next couple weeks we will. What you can do is follow us on IG, Sahai Life Retreat. That's TSE High HIGH Life LIFE Retreat. And that's where we post our events that are coming up.
And subscribe to their vibe. Yeah. God damn it, subscribe to their vibe, man. When was the last time y'all seen a black couple this affectionate? Excuse me, this affection. Oh man, my mispronunciations today. Can someone help me?
Affectionate.
Okay. This but loving.
The correct pronunciation didn't do it. You had to put a slash. Preach, Pastor. I got
It was the last time y'all seen this, so that's why y'all gotta subscribe to the vibe, support the positive influencers, support the movement, support the individuals we have. Yes. get on our wave, ride this wave, you know. As we get ready to close this out, you know, from really just from my heart, my first time meeting y'all, man, y'all are a beautiful couple. And I know y'all gonna continue to grow in abundance and peace and love. Y'all are a shining light of inspiration for many younger, older, and in between Black couples to see.
Thank you.
I want y'all to really, what y'all doing is just powerful, man. Like y'all videos, man, when I run across them on TikTok, it always makes me feel so loving, man.
No, thank you.
It makes me feel so loving just seeing that, man. So I want you, y'all are doing something highly motivational just being y'all.
Thank you.
And and I'm glad y'all have these retreats that way y'all could pass down the things y'all do, you know, to other couples. The marriage rate is at a low. Divorce is high. I went through divorce. You know, if I known some of the techniques that y'all known, I would have still gotten a divorce. But still, it would have served me in other relationships. You know,
receive.
And I mean, y'all just keep doing what y'all truly amazing, man. Much respect, brother Malachi. I see my reflection in you, bro.
King reflection.
Yes,
I see you,
bro.
I
see you. I see you, Shekinah. I see my reflection in you. I see it, goddess. Empress, I see my reflection in you.
You are seen. You are seen.
I and
I.
Yes.
Dylan, I see my reflection in you.
Divine reflection.
Never that.
Never that.
But I want to close this out just with some short words. The beauty of melanin, the beauty of love. At this point, at this moment, it is up to you to decide, do you choose it? Do you choose a wasteland or do you choose an oasis of lush, jungles, flowers, beauty, black skin, whether light or dark or in between? The decision is yours. But know that love is here. But it starts with you bringing love to yourself. It starts with you motivating yourself. It starts with you elevating yourself. It starts with you looking at yourself in the mirror and facing the darkness corners. It starts with you going within, finding the inspiration, finding the motivation, using the determination, using the consistency to unlock the magic inside of you, to unlock the beauty inside of you. Do not give your power to these mediums of control, these illusions, these dark shadows, these demons behind the TV screen that portrays an image that is of a lesser form. You both have the lower and the high in you, but the decision is yours, which one you decide to choose. But today on Motivational Shit, we present the higher form. We present the higher form of black love. We present the higher form of black kisses and black hugs. We present the higher form of our people coming together in unity, coming together in power, coming together in motivation, coming together in elevation, and leaving you with the energy of love, because love is that ultimate frequency. So tap into it, for you could be a loving experience and let your love shine through. And if you was inspired, let me all hear you say, hey, let's get it.
Get it.